So hello and welcome to the new video where I'm going to break down the SolidWorks certification roadmap, how we can go from the beginner to the expert. So for those that don't know what are SolidWorks certifications, these are the official exams created by the Salt Systems, okay, the makers of the SolidWorks. And the goal of this exam is to test your ability to use SolidWorks software from basic part design to the advanced modeling and simulations, okay? So then you can use these certificates to prove your skills to employer, to clients, and even on the freelance platforms. Now, there are different levels of these certifications. So there are three main levels. So we have the CSWA, CSWP, and CSWE. Okay. So we're going to break down each of these three steps. Okay. So let's get started. So let's first give the short overview of all of these three levels. So first we have Certified SolidWorks Associate. So this is the number one exam, and this is the entry-level certification for beginners that focus on the part design, assemblies, and to the drawings. Okay, so this is good like if you just started learning SolidWorks and maybe you're a student, maybe you're a self-learner, or maybe you're just a new designer. Okay, so this is the first exam that you want to take. And the other one that you have is CSWP, which is Certified SolidWorks Professional. No, just keep in mind that you can't jump steps, right? Even if you have great skills in SolidWorks, you have to first pass CSWA, then CSWP, okay? And then CSWE. CSWP is intermediate level certification for professionals. So this is going to test your abilities to handle real world tasks and advanced modeling problems, okay? So with this for this is for people who wants to upgrade their job prospect or build trust with freelance clients. Okay. And then once you pass that, you can go to the CSWE, which is Certified SolidWorks Expert. So this is the highest level of the certification. Okay. And this is designed for advanced users who have master SolidWorks. So you really have to know SolidWorks inside out, okay? So this is going to prove the deep knowledge of the complex modeling techniques and specialized tools. So that's just the overview of these exams. Now let's go to the second part, and that's difficulties of these exams. So the CSWA, this is beginner friendly, okay? But it tests your attention to the details, right? So if you just start learning SolidWorks, this is for you, okay? So it focuses on the sketches, extrusions, and assemblies. Then you have CSWP. Now this requires a strong understanding of three parts, and this is part modeling, assemblies, and design intent, okay? So here we have more advanced problems, including parameter changes and configurations, okay? So here are a lot of configurations you're gonna have to work with. These are time limited and problem solving heavy, okay? And then we have CSWE. So this is for the experts, right? If you really know the SolidWorks, so that's going to test your understanding of the advanced surfacing, multi-body parts, simulations, and niche tools. This is only accessible once you pass specific specialist exam. So what is this specific specialist exam? Just to make sure one thing, if you want to get to the CSWE, you have to pass CSWA, CSWP, but also under the CSWP, there are specific exams, specialist exam. This is for the surfacing, sheet metal, simulation, weldments, and molding. There may be a few more. So at least four, you have to pass them. This specialist exam before you can even try to take CSWA exam, okay? Now let's go to the exam topics. So with CSWA, you have sketching, part modeling, and the basic assemblies. You're going to work with dimensions and tolerances. And also what you're going to mostly have to do with the CSWA, you're going to have to calculate the mass property and work with the drawing views, okay? CSWP covers advanced part modeling and also multi-configuration designs. So you're going to have to work with configurations, okay? Also assembly performance and error fixing. So you're going to have to find the errors and you're going to have to fix that. And also it's focused on the real world part modification and design revisions. So you're going to have to do a lot of modifications. And then we have the CSWE that covers the deep knowledge of the advanced modeling, specialist tools, as I mentioned before, sheet metal, surfacing, weldments, and mold design, simulation basics, and design optimization. Now let's go to the part 4, and this is career impact. Okay, so how these exams, having these certificates, can actually help you in your career. Okay, so CSWA, this is ideal if you are a student, intern, or a beginner. Okay, so that's going to show your employer you have a strong foundation in SolidWorks. Okay, so that's going to help you to get an entry level roles or technical internships. Okay, if you have the CSWP, this adds serious value to your CV. It's recognized by companies that hiring for design, engineering, and manufacturing roles. Okay, so also if you're a freelancer, it's going to help you to win the project, like on the platforms Upwork or Fiverr. Okay, now if you have the CSWE certificate, that's going to be seen as a proof of expert level competence. Okay, so usually this leads to the senior design roles, technical leadership positions, or consulting opportunities. Okay, so that's going to position you as a problem solver, not just software user. So now let's go to the step 5, and this is time needed for preparation. Now, if you want to take CSWE and you're complete beginners, 20 to 40 hours of the solid practice will be enough. Okay, so just focus on getting comfortable with part modeling, assembling, and mass properties. If you want to prepare for the CSWP, this is for intermediate user, 60 to 100 hours of preparation. Now, it really also depends how much experience do you already have, okay? So you should be able to model complex parts, modify designs under pressure because it's time limited, and you have to be handled assembly smoothly, okay? And then CSWE. Now, for a CSWE, there are no preparations in the sense of there are no some exams samples that you can find online. Okay, so this requires months, usually years, of hands-on experience. So before you can even attempt this exam, you need to pass, as I said before, multiple specialist exams like sheet metal, weldment, surfacing. Okay, so the real-world practice is essential. No, these exams are not free, right? So these exams provide SolidWorks and you have to pay for them. If you go with CSWA, it's around $100, $150. If you go through school, maybe you can get a free access or the company. CSWP consists of 3 parts. You have to take 3 times, each part separately. So as you see, divided into multiple segments, part modeling, assemblies, and drafting, $150 to $200. And then CSWE, $200 to $250 for a final expert level exam, at around $20 to $50 per specialist exam, which are required first. Yeah, this is higher cost, but higher long-term return on investment. Okay. Now, conclusion, if you're new, then start with CSWA. Okay, so that's going to give you the foundations that you can get at entry level jobs. If you want to improve your career or you want to get more freelancing jobs, then aim for a CSWP. Now, if you want to reach the expert status and open doors to the senior roles or consulting, then go with a CSWE. And yeah, this is it. Each certificate is a stepping stone towards higher salary, more projects, and better job security. Me personally, I have CSWP. I don't need CSWE, so I didn't even try to take this exam. But having CSWP, you're going to get into a small group of SolidWorks users around the world who have this certificate. Okay. Now, here's the problem with all of these exams. You have to prepare for them. Okay. Even if you know the SolidWorks, right? Even if you learn basics or advanced things, you have to prepare for a specific types of the tasks. That's number one. And you have to practice under the pressure, right? Because it's time limited. And you can go online, you can find some of the examples for CSWA and CSWP. Okay, for CSWE, you will not find any examples. No, I have a course where I have dozens of students where I teach people not only SolidWorks, part modeling, assembly, drawings, sheet metal, surfacing, simulations, but also I prepare them for these exams. Okay, so let me show you how I can help you to prepare for these exams. So this is my complete SolidWorks mastery course. I have enrolled over thousands of students, okay? So let me show you what you're going to learn in this course, so and how it can help you to actually prepare for these certifications or even just to learn the SolidWorks to the professional level. So we cover here sketching, part design, assembly, drawings, and also we give you the real world examples to actually polish your skills. So we start from absolute zero to the professional level. So we go with beginner part, intermediate part, and then advanced part, okay? Plus, you're going to get a bonus to rendering and animations, and also preparation for CSWA and CSWP, so associate and professional level. So basically, I show you all the tools that you need to know, and also give you the exams, and I guide you through these exams, through these practical exams in my course, how to actually solve this problem on the most efficient and fastest way, okay? So on the super bonus also, if you join to my course, you're going to also get a 3-month digital mentorship. That means you're going to get one-on-one email coaching with me personally. So if you have any questions, any problems, you can just send me an email, okay? So there are over 8 hours of the video lectures, 35 examples exercises, and 4 mock exams, 2 CSWA and 2 CSWP that will prepare you for these certification exams. So here you can find what you're going to learn, from sketching, basics, to advanced, also part modeling, assembly drawings as well. And here we have CSWA, CSWP. And this is only $97 per month now. Usually this is $297 price, or you can go with 3 payments of $47. Now you can see a bunch of testimonials here, okay? So people passing exams, I use the CSWA, I use it for my CSWP, and it significantly speeded up my progress. Was able to pass CSWP-A for surfacing exam first try after taking this course. Within a couple of weeks, I was able to build an engine coming from someone who was a complete beginner a month ago. Yeah, you can just go here, also CSWA and pass 100%. Like you can see a bunch of testimonials, people taking this course, passing these exams, learning SolidWorks, and actually upgrading, improving their careers. So in general, this is it. If you are serious to master SolidWorks and you want to get a better job, or you want to start your own freelancing career, I would advise you to get a certifications. Now, if you need help with this, there is a link below this video. You can click on it and you can access to my course, and then I can help you to prepare for these exams. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you in another one.